Peace, high frequencies. Black Fit Witch is here. I want to talk to you all about one, intertwining timelines is one. Two, the divine masculine and the divine feminine marriage has occurred, and we are now meshed together. We're going to talk about a little bit about what that is. And then three, the dream state and what happens, what's been going on in the dream realm. And before I go into all three of those different aspects, if you are not, I'm gonna just put this out there, if you are not microdosing at this time, and you can go back and look at other videos, I've talked about this, you should be microdosing. You should at least, if you haven't had a full out psilocybin experience, you can at least do the microdosing. The microdosing is going to tap you in deeper to the awareness of self. And it's also going to show you what's going on as you sit up as the observer. Right now, we should be sitting as the observer. I think when we are sitting as the observer, we can analyze and allow the information to flow to us about what is going on, where we sit in this timeline, what we need to do in this timeline, and how we need to move in other planes of existence, which can also be called other timelines, but I call them planes of existence because in some planes there's no time and space, there's just existence. You're just there. The first part of what I want to talk about, and I may skip around and come back around, but first, making sure that you all microdose. Now, going back to really the divine feminine, I'm going to go to the divine feminine and the divine masculine marriage. A few weeks ago, may have been beginning of February, end of January, somewhere in there, I started to have these dreams of the divine masculine and the divine feminine coming together, matching up. It was matching up. I even had a dream, I don't know if I shared it on this platform, but I even had a dream of where I was matched up with a divine masculine, and I was in this this space in which divine masculine feminine energies were matched up, and we were doing some type of vow exchange, which to me came as one of the symbolisms from that was the marriage of the feminine and the masculine coming together within myself. And now that that has occurred, that has the meshing of those energies within me. What was this, I would say, the initial stepping stone that was needed to explore even deeper into the depths of what this actual existence of my person is, and not just the physical person, but from the soul essence, or this inner energy of this inward energy. Maybe some people may call it soul essence, or your divinity, whatever this soul essence, divinity energy that resides within this physical vessel. I'm able to go explore deeper the depths of what everything that this soul essence or divinity is capable of exploring, of seeing. People may also say past lives or future lives, or whatever that looks like. The exploration has gone deeper than what it was before. It's going, with it going to another level, I'm seeing a lot of different planes of existence. So much so that, like I said before, I'm sitting as the observer, even in the waking state. Like when I'm like here now in the waking state, my reflection on the astral travel of what has transpired carries over into this realm, and I see all of them, like I stated before, I see all planes of existence all meshing into one. It's like almost seeing like the roots of a plant or a tree, like the roots of the plant or the tree spreads out, and you have all these different roots, but it comes up to this one plant or one flower, one tree. And that's what all of these different timelines of existences are. They're branched out like roots. And even though they're branched out like roots, I have the opportunity to be within these roots at these different levels. And I can change situations. I can create circumstances and situations. I can disconnect. I can release myself from unwanted, disagreeable, negative planes, timelines of existence. I can maneuver whatever way is needed in order to reach my highest potential in all of who I am, and not just, and I don't want to say just in this reality, because you will hear me say a lot about in this reality and this dimension. It's beyond just this reality and this dimension. So I don't want to say to reach my highest potential in this reality, because all the roots work together for the one. And this is not just the one, but there is just a one as it all comes together. There is a one all-encompassing energy that is you, that is meshing together right now. The goal is to bring all of these aspects of you and all these different planes of existence together to create your highest self and your highest potential on whichever plane of existence that you choose, because you get to choose. You get to choose which plane of existence and what it looks like. And that is once you marry that masculine and feminine energy. And so for some, you may come across this video and you may be a little kind of puzzled about it. And so what I can tell you is it is the twin flame. It is the twin flame energy. What a lot of people are putting out about the twin flame energy, you may think of it, and especially, if you're listening to a lot of different things or readers or psychics, because they capitalize on love and money and the emotions that they play off of that. But the twin flame energy is within. You are your twin flame. The twin flame energy is you. That's the divine masculine and a divine feminine energy in you, that twin flame energy that is coming together. Because inside of you, there is a runner. And inside of you, there's one who wants to come together. Like there's one who runs away from, joining all of who you are, all of your timelines of existences together. And there's one of parts of you that's there waiting for it to come together. That's the twin flame energy. That's what it is. It's plain. That's the twin flame energy. It's the energy within you of the all divine masculine, your highest self, of that masculine fiery energy, and that divine feminine nurturing watery motherly nature femininity energy. Both of those, the creative, the analytical, the yin and the yang, the Ida and Pingala, bringing those two up. It is the Kundalini energy rising within oneself to its highest potential. And as we talk about these different things, and even as we have these different experiences of enlightenment, of what they call samadhi or satori, you have these different enlightenment experiences. It comes to a point of the meshing together of the Ida and Pingala, which is the masculine and feminine, which is the twin flame energy coming together. That flame, that fiery energy that comes from the root chakra, that shoots up the spine, that goes up to the crown and beyond, that reaches you to your highest self. That is what's going on right now that a lot of people are tapping into. And so I have received the connection of that twin flame energy, and in the physical aspect of oneself, of what it feels like, you may have different experiences or feelings when you have that, but it shows up in different ways. You can have a physical aspect of having that Kundalini energy rising up and the meshing of the twin flames coming together. In the astral plane, it shows itself up as well, of you getting all these information of seeing yourself, experience yourself in other timelines or planes of existence, and meshing that energy in with this plane of existence. And so what it may look like in certain ways is you actually having another life, or you seeing yourself in another life, or you can see if you maybe had chose this in this lifetime that this would happen, or you may see your future self, or you may have this futuristic feeling of some things happen, or you may go to the past and change some things that may happen in your bloodline in the past. It may not always look like you. I've been through different dimensions, going through this initiation process, and I've had a couple of experiences in which I saw myself in the mirror, and it wasn't always this form. You don't always carry the same form. Of course, hopefully you all know that you may not carry the same form in other planes of existence, but the energy is the energy. The essence is the essence. You are who you are at the soul level, but you have different forms, of course. And with the meshing of these timelines and energies, just like when you are here in this reality working on, the chakras, or, really raising that energy up and starting from the root to the crown. Even in the astral plane, you are working on the different levels of what the chakras, or, different planes of existences and where you reside. And there's work to be done in each one of these. Just like there's work to be done to raise the energy up in the chakras here in this existence, we may use yoga or Tai Chi or Reiki or massage therapy or acupuncture or breath work. Those are physical ways that we are, balancing out our chakras and balancing out our energies. In the dream realm, and the astral plane, it happens a little bit different, where it's not breath work, and you may not always have of what we feel like we have here, like complete control, but you do have control because the work that you do here plays itself out there too. So knowing that the breath work, the yoga, the Tai Chi, the meditation, the intake of different foods, the interaction of people, raising your frequency, what you listen to here, all of that. It also, like I've said before, it rolls over to other timelines or other planes of existence. And it makes things happen automatically where it's just innate. It's in you to do certain things. In the dream last night, and I've had several dreams within the last few weeks of me having experiences on other timelines and also having my spirit guides there with me. And so last night I was in this astral plane, and within this plane I was in the water, which a lot of people say the water represents the depths of our subconscious mind. You can say that. It can be the depths of a particular chakra point. It can be the depths of that existence in which I was in the cosmic realm, or from a soul level, from a different lifetime. I was there. And I had this long staff, very long staff, huge. And I was taking this staff and I was in water, and I was actually killing people off that were negative energies. It was just these disagreeable entities. And I was taking the staff and just piercing it all the way through, taking the staff and piercing it all the way through. And I was just like, whoa, this is a lot of work. And I remember having a third eye 360 view of all the bodies and seeing the bodies like float in the water of all these entities and energies that I had to kill. And that, along with the last part of the dream in which I had another one-on-one particular instance with someone having a knife, throwing it at me, trying to kill me. It missed. I picked it up. They ran towards me and I stabbed them in the stomach. All of those was really coming to my awareness is the fact that all of these were releasing of attached connections or thought processes or just energies of everything that may have been attached to my soul essence. Not anything particular that may have been from this physical form of me here, but I've had various timelines of existence that I've been on before I was incarnated here to this plane. So being that I'm progressing on my spiritual journey, I'm able to recognize these things. And now on the astral plane level, I'm able to kill it at the root. And that's part of what one may call a Kundalini astral plane awakening. So yes, we have the Kundalini energy work that people talk about here for this physical body and vessel, but there's also an awakening that happens in the astral realm. When we wake up here, we wake up there too. All right. So all the work that's being done, if I'm doing work here that is intentional, you know that I'm going to still be doing work intentionally when I go to sleep. It doesn't stop. So what needs to be cleaned up and done, my soul sees it. And it goes in and it kills things at the root. You know, hurts, pains, past relationships, just negative thoughts or karmic lessons, just things that need to be done and cut off and let go. It can be from any timeline. It may not even be, I try to tell people, it may not even be from some interaction you had here in this plane. And that's why when we have mantras, when we have words that we say, they need to go across all planes of existence. They have to go across all planes of existence. So we have to start including those words in our affirmations or mantras when we are releasing energies that doesn't align with our highest self across all dimensions. And I'm saying this because I started saying this, I think it was on Sunday. Yes. And I said it 22 times before I went to bed. And I remember saying it, I was on the 13th. And I was saying that anything that does not align with my does not align with my highest self, may it fall away. And everything that aligns with my highest self shall now come into play. And I heard this on another channel. I was watching Higher Realm Holistics, and I've been watching her for a few years, and she gave this along with the yantra. And she said she says it in the morning, she says it at night. So I did it. I did it at night, and I said it 22 times before I went to bed. And I started to play this out, not just before I went to bed, but I started just intoning it through the day. As I went through my day, I just started thinking about this, and I've started to do it, and subconsciously, not knowing that your words are powerful. So now that I saw myself with this staff killing these entities and energies, I'm knowing that it's all happening because of the words and the vibratory energy that I put out. That, anything that does not align with my highest self must fall away. It has to leave. And so I had to do the work in the astral plane to kill those energies and entities. Especially when you get to the point of your masculine and feminine has come together. Now you can do the work easily. So if you're still having dreams where it's hard for you to fight, where it's still like you're punching through water, just know you're going to have to change something here in this realm. If it's hard for you to fight, if it's hard for you to react, if people, you feel like you don't have any power in your dream, if you're still having nightmares, if things are making you afraid, if you're feeling held down or held back, like you really can't move forward in your dream, or something is holding you down, then you're going to have to change something in your home, where you sleep, the foods that you may be eating, your meditation, your yoga. You're going to have to start adding some type of practice in that can awaken that divinity within you, that can work for you and with you on all levels. You need the spirit guides, which are you, in order to work with you on all planes of existence. Because once whatever you need to do to shift that energy to get you to be able to move quickly and fluidly in that realm, you're gonna receive it, and you're gonna be able to really get deeper into the work that you need to get done for your soul level to ascend. So I'm sharing with you one of the mantras that I use that, actually a couple of days after, here it is Wednesday, and last night was Tuesday, and last night's dream, I'm having a staff, and I'm, actually killing these energies that don't agree with me. And I'm releasing those energies that doesn't agree with me. So that one within itself is powerful. So I go back to the observer, because we should be at a point now where Once we do that, once we shift whatever needs to be shifted, we can sit back and become the observer where we're not swayed when things happen. And I said this in the last video. We're at a time now we can't be swayed and shifted when things occur. We have to sit on our throne and observe. We have to sit on our throne and observe. Meaning the little things in life. I will watch this movie that I love to watch growing up with Bridget Fonda, and she was assassin in the movie, and they would send her on different jobs. But before she got sent on different jobs, it's called, and the movie is The Point of No Return. And so in the movie, Bridget Fonda is one of my favorite movies. I think I saw it growing up. I may have been 9 or 10, and I just love it. I just fell in love with female assassin movies. And so in the movie, it's a lot of Nina Simone in the movie. And during her training, because she grew up listening to Nina Simone. She loved Nina Simone, would calm her energy down. And they took her to train her as an assassin. She was like this drug addict that they end up saving her life and turning her into an assassin. And in the movie, one of the ladies that was a part of this, underground network of government program, this lady that was part of the program was teaching her how to be feminine and how to invoke her feminine energy when she went to do her work as an assassin. And one of the things she told her to say is that I never did bother about the little things. She was like, oh, if someone says something to bother you, just sit there and you'd be like, oh, I never did. I never would be bothered about the little things. And so that's one of the things, and I think that's how it went. Like, I never would be bothered about the little things. And that's one of the things that you have to say. Because in this reality, in this world, everything is a little thing. I'm not going to pick out any one thing. All of it is little things. Everything in this existence is a little thing. When it comes down to source and all, this is little things. This life is but a minute, a second. We're out of here. And we're moving on to the next mission of what we're supposed to do, being that we did what we were supposed to do here, which whatever you're doing right now here is what you're supposed to do, whether you think you're progressing or not, whether you're a crackhead on the street or whether you're a monk in a monastery, whatever you're doing here is what you're supposed to be doing anyway. So progressing on this life journey, which a lot of us, if you're watching here, we are seekers of progressing in this life journey. We're on that mission to do what needs to be done at the soul level, and also intertwines all these planes of existence to reach our highest potential from a soul level and beyond. Like we are striving to reach source energy. And whatever that entails, I can't sit here and tell you I know what we are going to be or do on our next level. We don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Like, you can get glimpses of it. You maybe can go on a psychedelic trip. You can go into altered states of consciousness and feel like you know, but nobody really knows. You can even have a NDE and maybe you think you know, but nobody here right now is been gone for a while and came back with memories of everything that happened while they were dead for 3 or 4 years. And then they came back to tell the story about everything that happened. If you know of somebody who died for a few years and now they're back here and they can tell us what it is, then please let me know. Other than that, we have people who have these near-death experiences that get some glimpses into other realms, but they don't really know the all be to it all. They've gotten glimpses. And nobody can really say what is for you. They can only tell you what is for them, but they can't tell you what is for you, because we all are different. It's not a one size fit all divinity or soul essence. All right, that's why we even have different spirit guides. So yeah. So the meshing of the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy, you'll go through that process. All right. If you haven't went through that process, it's coming, because we're in the energy now where it's happening. And it's either it's getting ready to happen, it has happened, and you're on to the next mission, or you're on the verge of it happening, or you're doing the work to get to the meshing. Also, be in the state of the observer as you sit here, watch, and never be bothered about the little things, but watch and observe. And as you're watching and observing your energy and also those around you, you'll get and you will receive messages on what you need to do to progress this timeline. But while you're getting messages on how to progress this timeline, you are also receiving whatever is needed to progress in the astral plane. So when you're sleeping, you're still doing what is needed for your ascension. Humanity and us as beings here is so extremely complex. I said this in the last video. Even to take and think about, everything that we are, it's extremely sometimes complex to put it into words. So we do different altered states of consciousness, whether it's meditation or psychedelics or whatever the case may be, in order to get a glimpse into understanding the complexities and how we can utilize those complexities, or not the complexity, but utilize that understanding of the complexities in order to help us ascend. That's the correct wording. So know that you are the twin flame energy, and everything that you're looking to seek is already within you. And I know you hear this a lot and people say it a lot, but the first thing you have to do is know that stop seeking things outside of yourself. If you're making an intentional move to seek things in you and knowing it's already in you and not seeking it outside, but cultivating it inward, then that's when you'll start to see yourself progress. All right. So not looking for that mate outside of yourself. Don't look for it. Not looking for that money outside of you. You already have it. Not looking for anything outside of you, because you are all you. It's all encompassing. It's already within you. That is the marriage of the divine masculine and divine feminine. That is the twin flame energy. They are already within you. And then you sit as the observer and you watch how things just align themselves in place for you. And you really don't do much of anything but create the thought. And you put that energy and intention behind the thought. And then you will start receiving messages on how you need to move forward on the thought. And that is when you're in alignment. All right. So first things first, alignment comes from not seeking things outside of you. Some people are, seeking guidance and help from a lot of outside sources when everything is in you. Everything is here. Everything is in you. It came to me, and I do readings. I even do readings for myself, and it came to me to be like, hold off on the readings, because the readings are coming from an egotistical place. If you're receiving readings, if you're going to get a reading or you're doing readings and it's coming from an egotistical place about, is this going to happen on my job? Am I going to make this amount of money? Am I going to get this man? Stop. You'll never marry your divine masculine, divine feminine within you on a constant hunt for egotistical material needs. And this was told to me months ago. And once I adhered to it, I was able to marry that twin flame energy within me and move and progress on my. So yeah, those are the messages. The energy within connecting and seeing other planes of existence of yourself on these various timelines is wide open. We are wide open to experience ourselves on different levels of existence. We also need to sit up as the observer and stop looking and seeking information from an egotistical material standpoint. Sit as the observer, knowing you have all. Another thing that you all should be doing right now is just like I just shared. If you're ready to go through that experience of really releasing those parts of you from various timelines of existence that are disagreeable, then please repeat the mantra that I gave you earlier in the video and know that everything resides within you. And don't become swayed or rocked by things that happen in life. Sit as the observer. And just like in the movie, say, I never did worry about the little things. And don't worry about the little things, because everything here in this plane of existence is a little thing. And knowing that, having that thought process, you receive everything you need to move forward on your journey of ascending in all aspects of who you are at the soul essence. It shall come to you. All right? So I leave you always in peace, love. We're still in that loving energy. All right? Keep bringing in that love, peace, love, and high frequency.